So I wanted to compare two prominent political figures' deaths that we've seen here in the past month, and that would be of conservative Herman Cain and of liberal Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Both of them had incredibly impactful lives. Both of them achieved a lot, were kind of trailblazers. Herman Cain is a black business owner who at one point was the favorite to win Republican nomination for presidency of the United States. Ruth Bader Ginsburg being the second woman on the Supreme Court. Regardless of what you think about their politics, they both led tremendous lives. I happen to favor Herman Cain's politics more than Ruth Bader Ginsburg's, but if you go back and look at my videos I did on previous health scares of hers, never once did I wish death upon her. My thought and prayers go out to her family. I hope that she lived a long, successful life and got to spend a lot of time with her family. That's what I said. Now, I want to talk about the people that shape our narrative and the differences in how these two people were treated. With Herman Cain, he was mocked or spoke of in condescending words because he went to a Trump rally and didn't wear his mask, so that's probably why he died of COVID. Now, there were questions with this, such as, I thought the mask wasn't meant to protect you, but to protect other people, so how would he have contracted COVID for not wearing a mask, and things like that. But the point is, we could also see with RBG that apparently 2 weeks ago she was officiating a wedding without a mask, this despite having poor health conditions herself and understanding that we're supposed to wear masks to protect ourselves from COVID, according to the establishment left at least. So why the difference of treatment? Why is RBG not being derided for going out without a mask and officiating wedding when apparently she was in poor health herself? Now, I won't join on that camp of either side. I think she had the right to do whatever she wanted. She knew the risks, and if she chose to do that, that's fine. Nor do I have any reason to believe that Herman Cain attending that rally or Ruth Bader Ginsburg attending the wedding had anything to do with their cause of death. Just wanted to bring up that little difference. But the big thing that I want to focus on is this idea that Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish was that she not be replaced until we have a new president. Now, Trump said what we were all thinking. Is that really what her dying wish was? I don't know. How would I know? But even if it is, who cares, really? I mean, it's sweet, and again, I don't mind people celebrating her life. I think it's kind of tragic, though, that if her final thought and final wish didn't have to do with her family, but had to do with a political point, that seems a little troubling. But even if that's the case, okay, that's her dying wish, and that has zero relevance to how we operate our country. Millions of people die in this country every year. Many of them have connections or deeply held beliefs about politics. We do not subvert our Constitution because one of their dying wishes are that we should do so. That's not how things work. Now, granted, RBG had more of a political influence than almost all those other people that died, but still, why should her dying wish, where does it say anywhere in our Constitution, oh, and if someone of political prominence has a dying wish, then it's okay to change how we do things? And it's being carried out as if it's horrible for Trump or Republican senators to not adhere to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish. So my question to them is, did any of them seek to find out what Herman Cain's dying wish was? Did any talk to his family to see if he had any political thoughts that he would like to see come to fruition, and that were his final thoughts as he lay on his deathbed? Did they bother? Have they reached out to Herman Cain's family to see what he thought politically, what his dying wish would be politically? I wonder why. I wonder why the same people that find so much important on Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish, perhaps Herman Cain. What if Herman Cain, for example, would have said, it's my dying wish that we continue to hold elections and votes the same way that we've been doing so for the past 100 years. So he was against universal mail-in ballots. If that was Herman Cain's dying wish, would Ocasio-Cortez be out there today saying, us Democrats that are pushing for mail-in voting, we're going against a dying man's wish? Would she be saying that? Would Jake Tapper be saying that? Would Anderson Cooper be saying that? How about Dianne Feinstein or Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer? Would any of them take a step back and say, oh, well, Herman Cain was an African-American businessman, trailblazer, very prominent politically. Let's honor his dying wish by changing what we want to do politically. Do you think they would say that? And that's not asking them to subvert the Constitution. In fact, it's asking them to uphold norms. So why would Ruth Bader Ginsburg's final wish, if we take it at face value, that seeks to upend what the Constitution says about the president appointing a Supreme Court nominee and then the Senate confirming it, why would we accept her dying wish but not even look as to what Herman Cain's was? Or for that matter, any other manner of people involved in politics that had dying wishes. So it just goes to show this is just another thing that they're trying to use appeals to emotions and make it seem like the Republicans are heartless. But they don't care at all. They mocked Herman Cain when he died. They mocked Scalia when he died. Did they bother to look into what Scalia's dying wish may have been if he had not been killed tragically? Possibly murdered as far as I'm concerned, but neither here nor there. But if he hadn't died suddenly, what were some of his final thoughts on the direction he would have wanted the court to go in? Do they care? No, they mocked Scalia. And they said he was a terrible person and had terrible decisions. So don't buy into this crap coming from the Democrats and the media that somehow this is, oh my goodness, how immoral of conservatives to go against the dying wishes of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If that was her dying wish, thank you for your thoughts. We'll take them into consideration. They'll have zero impact on what happens. We'll follow the Constitution. And I feel bad for you, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and your family that your dying wish had something to do with politics as opposed to the interest of your loved one and family. So that's all I had to say. Just don't buy these appeals to emotion that are coming from the Democrats that will do anything and are totally shameless. If they thought it could help them, they would call Ruth Bader Ginsburg a sexual assaulter, a serial sexual assaulter, if they thought that somehow it would help them get power. So please, don't let them get this moral high ground that they're representing the wishes of a dying woman and everyone else are monsters if they don't agree. All right, thanks so much, everyone. As always, have a good one.